Hi everyone, Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com powered by angels. And I am here with our Angels and Astrology video for our new upcoming Cancer season. Yeah, can you believe it? We're entering Cancer already, which means June is midway through. And Cancer also means Archangel Gabriel, an incredibly special archangel. Before we dive into that, for those of you who don't know me or who are viewing for the first time, I am a psychic medium and I channel angel energy. I am clairsentient, clairaudient, and claircognizant, which means I get downloads, I hear things in my ear, and I feel energy. And I use these gifts that have been given to me to help people like you gain answers and really understand what's happening in the world. And because the archangels are so tightly tied to the astrology, I put them together for you so that you can understand exactly what's going on, how the energy is influencing you, and more importantly, which archangels can help you manage through the changes that are unfolding. And so without further ado, let's get to our presentation today. So I am coming to you, this is being recorded June 16th, a little ahead of Cancer season, which starts on the 20th, but there's an incredibly energy tomorrow that I wanted to discuss so that you would have it in advance. But let's do our quick overview of the archangels. For those of you who know this, you can go get yourself another glass of water for a minute or for a half a second or whatever, but there are 15 archangels. Three of them are the head archangels, Michael, Raphael, and Haniel. Michael, our divine protector, divine male energy. Raphael, our divine healer, and Haniel, our divine feminine energy and all the powers of intuition. They oversee all the archangels and guardian angels. The rest of the archangels are associated with zodiac signs, and the powers and properties that they have are aligned with those that come with those zodiac signs. So they can best help us when uh, planets move in and out of the signs, when you are born into signs and certain aspects, how they shape our personality. And knowing the relationships and how to work with them are really important, especially these days when there's just so much going on in the world and we're really looking to make sense of things. If you are interested in how that impacts you, I do have Archangel and Astrology readings that I do provide. Please check the website out for scheduling one. I am also all about angel numbers. Angels are divine beings. A very few people in the world will get actual messages in voice, right? And hear them talking to you. They do communicate to us in numbers. A lot of people know about 111 and 222, but the reality is every number has a meaning in angel lore. Every angel number is uniquely made of a property that is for us to kind of pay attention to when we see them. Unlike numerology, we do not add up our angel numbers. So the year 2025 in numerology would add up to a 9. But in angel numbers, it's two twos, a 0, and a 5, which means it is the year of trusting in divine change. Two twos, 0, and a 5, trusting in divine change. Today, when I'm recording this, is two sixes and a 1. 6 is all about material world. June is the 6th month of the year, and it is about what is of this earth. It is material things. And the Madonna song Material World will always play in my head when I hear this because that's really it. We live in a material world, but you may not want, like Madonna sings, to be a material girl. We want to balance our material with our spiritual. And so today is creating in the material world. And so today you are called to create what you need, what is essential to living your best life. And when you're creating in the material world, you want to create with gratitude for all that you already have. You know, it's like spiritual abundance or any abundance. We must be grateful for what we already have. But today is a really good day for doing what you need to do to create what you need in the world we live in today. whether it be a project, a new endeavor, opening a new bank account because you're looking to save, whatever it is, that is material. Today's a great day to do that. Now, as we move into Cancer, we move into the energy of Archangel Gabriel, and he is known as, his Hebrew name is translated into the strength of God. Archangel Gabriel is all about communication, children, and he's the guardian angel of the people of Israel. I think this is incredibly important and relevant given what's going on over there. He actually shows up in more scripture than most archangels. In some scripture, he's not mentioned as an archangel, but just as an angel. But there are so many mentions of him. In Christian scripture, as the messenger of God, he first came to Zechariah to tell him that he would have a son that would become John the Baptizer. He came to Mary to foretell about how she is going to have the baby Jesus. And then he came to Joseph to let him know it's okay to betroth Mary. And this is why he's the communicator and the guardian angel for children, because he was sending the message to those scripture characters about the children he would have. In Judaism, Archangel Gabriel shows up to help Daniel understand his dream. Daniel is a warrior for God's message against the Pharisees and all of those who went against God. And so he helped Daniel interpret his dream as to what Daniel needed to do to defend God and basically defend what was then known as Israel, which is also why he's the guardian angel of the people of Israel. And in Islam, Archangel Gabriel is known as Jibril, who it is said revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad. So Archangel Gabriel is incredibly strong and powerful. You want to talk to him to help you communicate your message, to help you disseminate your message to people, help them to hear it and understand it and trust in it. And you also want to talk to Archangel Gabriel when you want to protect your children or want to make sure your children are protected. So he's a wonderful power associated with Cancer and who will be around front and center from starting. He's always around, but Cancer starts June 20th. So he'll be front and center, and you will probably feel his presence within your life during the Cancer season because he's pretty prominent. His color is copper, like the trumpet, right? Like a brass trumpet. So as you see the copper colors in a sunset, in flowers, think of Archangel Gabriel and what are the messages being communicated to you? So I want to talk about 3 astrology events. Mars in Virgo, which begins tomorrow. Venus in Taurus, which has been around for a couple of weeks, but I haven't covered yet. And then I want to cover Neptune in Aries. I didn't do a Neptune and Aries specific coverage back in March when it occurred, but I think now is an important time to cover it based on what we're seeing in the world and what the shift in Aries means and how that relates to maybe what everybody is struggling with right now. So the first one is Mars in Virgo. Mars will be in Virgo through August 7th. Okay. Think of Mars energy, fast, go-getter, forward. Virgo, efficiency, right? Organization. And wow, from tomorrow through August 6th should be your most productive time of the year. Honestly, you should be a time for you to get work done. More done in a day than you normally can. And I know it's the summer months, and typically that's not the case, but this energy is going to propel you forward, is really going to take you to that next step so that when you enter the second quarters, the third and fourth quarters of the year, you are going to be really better positioned. Wellness, daily habits, fitness, nutrition, clear out that refrigerator because when Mars was in Leo, it was all about the pleasures, right? And senses. And so maybe you've got a lot of junk food laying around. Clear that out. This is all about healthy things, fruits and vegetables and fresh, drinking lots of water, etc. You will expect people and yourself to be more opinionated about things. Because Virgo has a sharp tongue. Virgo is very precise and direct in their communications. Virgoans, I should know, I am one. And then Mars is rapid speed. And so people may be very opinionated and speak their mind. You want to think twice before responding. You do not want to come back with a Virgo-inspired sharp tongue. This is not the time to do so. So think twice before responding and be careful about your own opinions. You might want to think twice before speaking them to make sure that they're fully formulated and you're not just reacting. I've talked about the energy and how you can be so productive, but you want to also think about using this productive energy to take what you've been dreaming about or visioning, put it into a plan with how much it's going to take to get there. What kind of money do you need? What kind of money do you need to make? What timelines you're going to do it in? Set some goals and deadlines for yourself. This is the energy that'll allow you to do so and then hit them from now through August 6th. What do you want to do between now and August 6th to take your business, your personal life, a hobby, a project, whatever, and get it done? Put that down in paper, put some goals and objectives, get them in your calendar. You will be able to accomplish it between now and August 6th in this Mars and Virgo energy. And think of it as needing to leverage and harness this incredible dynamic energy with thoughtful awareness. When we're moving fast and forward and we're trying to get things done, we have to think about how it will impact others, right? We may know what our plans are. We may be moving very swiftly through carrying them on, but those around us may be like, what the heck is going on? So remember that as we move into Cancer and Archangel Gabriel is all about communication, we need to make sure that we communicate what we're doing to others so we don't seem like we're just kind of going crazy. Two other archangels to keep in mind during this time is Archangel Metatron to keep you on your path, to make sure that you're being productive on the things that matter, the things that are helping you move forward on your path, on that journey that you're meant to be on, and Archangel Raphael for health. This is all about taking care of ourselves and wellness, and Archangel Raphael can help in that area, asking him to help you make better choices, help presenting you with the right choices in supplements, in food, in exercise, right? This is not a time for laziness, and so Archangel Raphael can help you. He can also help you from when it's time to take a rest and stretch, right? You know, we can overdo it too. So we want to do it with a level of reasonableness. We want to do it in a healthy way. Archangel Raphael and Archangel Metatron can help us get there. So that's this incredible Mars and Virgo energy that we're in the shadow period as I record this, but it starts in earnest tomorrow. And I know we're in the shadow period because I got to tell you, for a Monday morning, I've been incredibly productive today. So I'm beginning to feel it already. Venus has been in Taurus for about a week and a half, and it will remain there until July 4th. I didn't cover it in the last videos. We had a lot of other energy to cover. But what I want to cover now is and it kind of complements this new Mars and Virgo energy. When Venus is in Taurus, it's about a couple of things. Venus is at home in the sign of money, which is Taurus, right? So Taurus is all about material gain and money and being comfortable on this earth. And so when Venus is in Taurus, it's really about us feeling secure through having enough material things, having a home, a home that we live in, cars that work, money in the bank, right? To make us feel secure. And if we're not feeling secure, if you're feeling a little out of sorts, you might want to take a look. Is that because you feel somewhere in your material life, right? Home, money, possessions, if somewhere there you are uncomfortable or something happened. Also about sensual pleasures and physical gratification. And it's whatever gives you physical pleasure. Some people do it through obviously relations with others. Other people get physical gratification from exercise or from planting in the garden, right? Doing physical work. So it's very sensual. It's a very personal, individual, of this earth gratification, not spiritual gratification when Venus is in Taurus. Now, the downside of Venus is in Taurus is jealousy can creep up, particularly if you feel that you are lacking in some way. You may be jealous of someone else's relationship, what someone else has. You may want to, do the old quote, keep up with the Joneses, where your neighbor gets something, you have to get it too, or your friend just got a new outfit or a new purse or a new something and you want to buy something just like theirs, right? This, trying to evaluate your worth against what someone else has. Be careful of that because that could get you down a slippery slope and a very bad path. So just watch yourself when it comes to that during this transit, and kind of don't go overboard trying to keep up or be like someone else because they have something you don't, or be envious of them because they have something you don't. Just because somebody has something you don't does not mean you need it. And that's really why Archangel Chamuel is front and center. While he is the archangel for Taurus, he is also the archangel to help you discover what you truly need, what you are seeking, what you need, not necessarily what you want. Ask him to help you find what you truly need and be comfortable and appreciate and accept it. What you may need is very different from somebody else, so no comparing. Heightened appreciation for the arts is also Venus in Taurus. And the arts are extreme. They're the blend of spiritual and material. They're the material representation of a person's spirit, right? Particularly painting, music, etc. It's a spiritual endeavor, but that manifests itself in a material, worldly thing. And that's where Archangel Ariel comes into play and helping with earthly abundance and making sure that you are grateful for the abundance that you have, and helping you to achieve what it is that you are looking to do. And if you are an artist or a creative person, asking her to help you during this transit to make your work known, because in a heightened appreciation for the arts and the Taurian energy of material gain, it's also a great time for artists to sell their work, right? Be exhibited in an art fair or have a show, and asking Archangel Ariel for help in that way would also be very appropriate. And then the last archangel in this energy is Raguel, and he's actually the archangel for balance and harmony, of course, in relationships, but in other things as well. He really is about making sure that we remain in harmony, right? The yin and the yang, the good and the bad, and so he can help keep that little green-eyed monster of jealousy at bay. So Venus and Taurus will be around for a couple of weeks, so just be aware of that. Now I want to talk about Neptune and Aries. I didn't cover it very deeply in March. Touched upon it very briefly. Probably because there was a lot of other things going on, right? As we moved into the age of Aquarius with all that was going on at the beginning of the year. But I really want to talk about this now. And if you watch the video and would like to go deeper into Neptune and Aries, I'm thinking of having a live class about this because this is huge. This is fundamental. This is impacting everything. And so if you would like me to do a live class and have a live session about it, please note in the comments, reach out to me via email or through the website. Be more than happy to do so. So back on March 30th, Neptune left Pisces and entered Aries. So Neptune remains in a sign roughly 14 years. So it's going to be there for a while. This change was not just like, oh, we're going from one sign to another, one energy, another. We're going from the ending of something to the beginning. The last sign in Pisces, the first sign of Aries. It literally marks the beginning of everything. It also marks big fundamental shifts. Outer planets, there are 3 outer planets, right? Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. That talk much? Uranus and Pluto. When they change, we're talking about fundamental shifts in the way the world works. The paradigm shift of moving from Pisces to Aries is a paradigm shift going from globalism to localism. Globalism to localism, to decentralized power, to sovereignty, to people wanting to reclaim who they are as individuals and what defines them. Yeah, right? I mean, this is exactly what's happening in the world today. This is what happened as a result of our election in the United States. We are moving from globalism to a localism, redefining, keeping our border sovereign, keeping our sovereignty, right? That's what's going on right now. And this is driven and amen by the presence of Neptune and Aries. On an individual level, we are rediscovering our purpose. We are becoming more active in our lives. We are literally reshaping ourselves. In Pisces, we did some watching, some receiving. It was a little more passive. In Aries, we are creating. In Pisces, we were kind of blindly following people, right? We were listening and agreeing and almost accepting what we were getting from the world in general. In Aries, it's about owning our own journey, doing our own research, and knowing what is going on and believing in ourselves, not others. It is also about becoming more self-sufficient. This is in an Aries world, in a Neptune and Aries world, you may see people going off the grid, right? Buying things like generators, going solar, doing things to get off the grid, whether it become your money, getting it out of banks, resources, growing your own food, healthcare, not going to the doctor or to a Western facility, and education, so homeschooling, private education, not public education. So literally, this Neptune and Aries energy is about people saying, hey, those systems that are out there, those institutions, I don't trust you anymore. My eyes are open. I am no longer following you blindly. You no longer meet my needs. I will build my own self-sufficiency. Globally, Neptune and Aries, like I said, from globalization in Pisces to autonomy and sovereignty in Aries. New political directions, borders getting redrawn, a redefinition of what our national and personal purpose is, right? We're seeing it even as as I say this, there's talk about Puerto Rico not wanting to be a part of the US and about the US and Iceland coming together and all kinds of things, people defining who they really are now. It's also the sign of warfare, whether metaphorically as far as conflict or literally in conflicts and wars. Think about it as anything that will threaten one's sense of individuality or freedom will trigger Aries instinct to push back, as well as people who bought into the globalization energy of Pisces that is finding it difficult to shift into the sovereignty and local energy of Aries is also going to be pushing back, right? They were bought into this blind faith under Pisces, and now Neptune is saying, nope, we are taking a complete U-turn and you've got to figure out how to do this. The energy started at the end of March. So we've been in it now for a couple of months, and we're beginning to see more and more protests and resistance. And as people are trying to fight to either go back to the Piscean world and resist this Aryan world. And so we're going to see more of it as the rest of the year unfolds, and actually, it's a 14-year cycle. And so this is another one of the reasons why when you talk to people who are astrologers and other psychics, they may have said that this is why Donald Trump had to be in place for this cycle, because he had to help usher in Neptune in Aries, where we go to autonomy and sovereignty. It is fundamentally an energy shift that's happening globally, and the leaders of countries need to be aligned with this shift so that the people can move as well. When you push against this, it definitely results in a lot of angst. It will result in a lot of people just checking out. I know a couple of months ago, I talked about some other energy where we're going to start seeing people, an escalation in deaths. This is the same kind of energy that can cause that. People going, I do not want to be a part of this anymore. This is not what I signed up for. And their souls deciding to, go back to the masters, go to heaven. So this is huge. The other thing that is huge is Neptune in Aries is also about discovery. This is the kind of energy that could open us up to new dimensions of reality. The space exploration that's happening, acknowledgement of galactic beings, acknowledgement of the spirit realm, acceptance that there are multi-dimensionalities, right? Multi-realities. So this is also a fundamental shift that our world is not the only world out there. So a lot going on around Neptune and Aries. I can go on for almost an hour just about this, but I wanted to give you the big high points to help you understand maybe why what we're seeing in the news, the reactions we're seeing of people right now, what is sort of, spurring some of this energy on. It's not just the presence of a person. It's not just the fact that a person has come into power in the US or elsewhere. It's because fundamentally the energy on this planet has shifted and will continue to move in the direction of autonomy and sovereignty and individuality, and respecting of that, and people really valuing who am I, and making a point of honoring the individual as opposed to the collective. To help you through all this energy, really, it's Archangel Metatron. Stay on your path. Have him help you accept what you need to remain on your path, to work in the paradigm shift. And I can also be available to help you understand what might be blocking you or getting you in the way. And like I said, if you want me to do an entire live session on this to help you work through it, please let me know. I'm more than happy to do so. Okay, I am just going to go through the planetary energy influences still in play. I'm not going to talk about them other than to mention them. So if you want to know more about them, please pause the video to read the screen. Mercury remains direct in Cancer until the 26th, so for about another week or so. Jupiter is in Cancer until the end of the month. Saturn is in Aries through September 1st. Uranus is in Taurus until September 6th. And Pluto, while it's in Aquarius, is retrograde right now through the 14th. So Pluto retrograde, and Neptune in Aries, a lot of revisioning who we really are, what our mission, vision, and purpose is. Okay, before I get to the messages for the collective and the angel energy messages that I pulled for you, tomorrow, June 17th, 6 p.m. Central Time is our next Tarot Tuesday. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, please join it so you can be a part of it. If you can't make Tarot Tuesdays and get your message live, you're always available for one question answered per month for free, just for being a Facebook group member. Next week, I am going to also run a video extra about the new moon in Cancer and when Mercury shifts to Leo. We've got lots of energy shifts going on. Archangel superhero merchandise is available. Remember, the apparel is made to order. You get to choose your colors on what t-shirt or sweatshirt you want, what archangel you want. You can, make your own combinations. And later this month, I will have more back to school merchandise. So if you have children or grandchildren that you want to take back to school with an archangel superhero, I will have some of that merchandise available. Everything is available through my website, email me, or you can always text me for additional information. Our messages for the week. I have 3 general messages that are basically themes for the week that I pulled from my Angel and Saints and Angel Oracle cards. The first one is your guardian angel, pause. Guardian angel is asking you to pause, and given the energy we just talked about with Mars and Virgo, take pause. Now is a real good time with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. Time to take a pause and figure out where you are, what you need to do, and then and when you speak. So don't forget to pause. You can move forward quickly, but we have to take occasional pauses just to make sure that we're still on point. Your guardian angel is reminding you about keeping education. We need to always be open to learning new things, new ideas, and accepting new concepts. So educate yourself, take courses, make sure the sources you're using are valid sources, and continue to keep yourself educated about what's going on so that you can create your own reality through your own education and research. And marriage energy, relationship energy for the week. Saint Catherine of Alexandria is highlighted on the marriage card. And really, when I get this card, it's for those of you who are in a marriage, those of you who are in a relationship. The message is keep an eye on your loved one. Make sure that you're attending to their needs and not necessarily overindulging in your own needs. Those of you who are not in relationships, who do you know that is of marriage material? Who do you think that you might be able to create a union with? Maybe time to reach out or let them know that you are interested. Now, for our individual angel of abundance, I typically say pick a number from 1 through 3, but now today I'm doing 1 through 5. So think of a number from 1 through 5, and I will pick a card, and the the message is the message for you. The first number of 1 through 5 that pops in your head, ready, set, go. For all you number ones, it is safe for you to receive. It is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others, right? Open your arms to receive and you can be a conduit for good coming to you. Remember, the more you're willing to take in, the more you will get. So it's really about, don't forget, you need to be open to receiving uh, the energy of others, the goodwill of others, the messages of others. Don't be afraid to get out there. Who are our number twos? Number twos, cooperation instead of competition. Cooperation instead of competition. There's no need to compete. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. As there's an abundance for all, you have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Remember that cooperation is also the exchange of positive energy. What we give out, we receive, right? Will it be willing to receive? You give out in cooperation, you will receive in cooperation. Abundance only happens in cooperation. Competition also is working from a lack mindset. You don't want to work from a lack mindset. A lack mindset says there's not enough for all of us and we're going to compete for the few scraps or morsels we can get. And that we do not want to operate from a lack mindset. So if you're a number two, you need to think about it's cooperation, not competition. Think about an abundant mindset, not a lack mindset. Our number threes, who are your number threes out there? Release jealousy. All right, number threes, what are you jealous about? Let's be honest with ourselves. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Think about it. If you're jealous of something, it's you basically saying that I don't have that and I want that. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. Remember, I mean, I honestly picked these cards. I just shuffled them like I normally do. But that energy of Mars and Virgo, I'd mentioned that jealousy can be a part. And so if you picked a number three, it's that jealousy energy that you may be leaning into right now. And so take a look at what you are thinking you're jealous of. It's also reacting to a lack mindset, right? A scarcity mindset. If somebody else has something, there's no reason, if you truly need it, that you can't have it too. Dreams of abundance. Are you number four? Dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. Yeah, so this is all about really honoring and remembering your dreams and documenting them because that's how we work through things. That's how angels give us messages. Archangel Raguel is also the archangel of dreams. And so you may want to ask him to help you remember your dreams in the evening when you go to sleep. So dreams of abundance, if you were number four. And number five, for all you number fives out there, sever your vows of poverty. Okay. There's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. That's important because you could have in a prior lifetime a vow of poverty that you have carried over into this lifetime. When you relinquish that, when you give the intention of undoing it, all effects will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. And so this is for any of you who had number fives. You may be stagnant, or you may be finding difficulty in getting something accomplished, or maybe abundance. You're struggling with abundance, and so you want to uh, make that vow of severing any ties to poverty, or um, vows of poverty that you may have made now or in the past. Super important in order to attract abundance. Any questions on any of the things I talked about, please reach out and let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you live tomorrow on Tarot Tuesday, as well as you will be hearing from me in a week in my next video extra. Until then, blessings to all.